Hey, what's up YouTube, Skybadger here, and we are back in our new Let's Play series to get revenge for the end of last round. So this is going to be a very interesting game, seeing I've never played 1v1 situations, and I'm going to be honest, I can be a pretty cowardly player some days, and in some matches, so it will be interesting to see how I fare when I have to fight someone who is on an equal playing field to me. I generally like to pick my battles, and in this case, there's only one battle, and it's with someone that's completely even. So, coming straight into this match and starting it, I'm going to play this game a little more interestingly than I normally do, and playing it a little differently as well. I'm going to go for an economic win. So, first things first, to do this, I need air superiority, so let's start researching level 2 interceptor. And I'm going to need to take control of the seas, so let's start researching submarines. So, if we come into all of our provinces, actually no, there's one more thing I need to do first, guys. Where's a good place to build it? Somewhere out of range, somewhere that's not going to be shot at too often. Glasgow, here we go. An oil producing province. Let's build an extra industrial complex. So that'll help increase our oil production and help us throughout the long term in the game. So if we have a look at all of our industrial centers, we need to start by building and having a look at all of these. Alright, so Birmingham is going to get an airfield. London, oh, this map is connected to the water. Let's have a look. So Plymouth definitely gets a naval base. London will, okay, I'll come back to London later. Birmingham, Sheffield, okay, these two definitely get air bases and airfields. And because we built, okay, yeah, and then we'll build the last, well, put a naval base up here. So, as you can see, we're starting to build, and we're not going for infantry at the start of the game like we would. It's going to take a long time to cross the channel, and as we can see here, even if we did want to rush, which we're not going to do, yeah, it would take 9 hours, so we don't have too much to worry about. So, as you can see, by building naval bases and building runways, we can get aircraft and submarines up pretty fast. So in the meantime, while some of those goes up in the places that are producing and building runways, what we're going to do is we are going to start construction of anti-air. So if we come into here, what we're going to do is we're going to need a fair bit of anti-air this game, so we're just going to start producing that now. What I suspect is going to happen in this game is it's going to be all about air superiority, and we don't want any of our units to be able to be hit, any of our provinces to be damaged. And once we've done this, and once I've started constructing this, I'm just going to go into here and turn that, oh man, come on. Come on, I got the wrong option. Display resources. There we go. Oh man, that's so much better now. Look at that. So sexy. You just want to oh man. Love that. So, with that said, we've got morale map on. We're all set to go. And if we have a look now at our resource producing provinces, and we have a look at what we're producing, food, that's not bad. We can definitely work on that. But we need to be careful about our iron. Iron is a real shortage at the moment, and it's something we lack a fair bit of. So, we're going to have to really be careful about how we go about this to ensure that we can continue to expand. So, you can't run out of oil, but we're building a lot of armor, so we should probably invest a fair bit of our resources into these two, but there's already stuff building there. So what's happening in food provinces? Absolutely nothing. So we can afford to build infrastructure in all of these, but then at the same time, in a few minutes time, we're going to be able to build submarines, and I want to make sure we have enough for that. So for the purpose of that, I'm only going to build 2 infrastructure, so we don't run out of oil. Okay, I can afford to build one more infrastructure, and then that'll help boost our food going onto the game, and just carrying the game forwards. Although it actually costs a bit more than I thought. What I will do is we're going to need those subs pretty soon, so we'll cancel one, and then once I have the resources I will start it up later. So if we have a look at the map at the moment, there's a few areas that we're going to need to defend. If we put subs up here and here, we can, and up here, we can forget about defending all this territory in here. So I'm going to just group these guys up into here. They can respawn pretty quick from there. And I'm going to send one of these groups down to here, one up to here. I'm not too worried about something coming in and around and attacking me through the back. So yeah, that's how the start of this game is going to progress. As you can see, we have heaps of money, but what's the point? Oh, there is actually heaps more stuff on here than I thought there would be. So we need iron. We decided that we need iron. So let's just buy up some of this stuff before France gets any chance to even get to it. So let's now go back and we can probably build a lot more of that infrastructure we wanted to build. Yeah, that's nice. Let's get that infrastructure going. Ooh. This here is a game-long investment. So we got that infrastructure building. And what else can we buy? So we bought heaps of iron, and now we have plenty of it. And now we're a little low on goods, so we should probably snap up some goods while we can. Goods you generally run out of pretty fast, and I may as well grab some cheap oil while it's there as well. This stuff doesn't hang around long. And then we just leave France for all the expensive stuff. So I keep referring to France, and I'll make this clear now because I'm playing France from the old game. Now in this map it's actually Nazi Germany, or just Germany depending on how you look at it. Yeah, just Germany. And we got to keep that in mind, is when I refer to France, I'm actually talking about this down here, but I'm going to continue to refer to him as France or as Germany because, you know, that's how we know each other. Luckily for me, I'm England, so he doesn't have to worry about the confusion there. So with that all said and done, I'll be back a little later on with an update on how things are going. So I guess I will see you then. So we're back a little later on in the day, and as you can see, we have just finished our naval base. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop into here, and we're going to start producing our first submarine. Now, to speed up the construction of the submarine, I'm going to build a barracks. So barracks, for those of you who don't know, increase production of units by 25%. So by building that, I'm going to knock 6 hours off the time it takes to build the submarine, and that is going to make a big difference, especially considering we don't know what Germany or France is doing. So if we have a look at this, I've finished building these, but he hasn't quite started building anything yet. So with a little bit of luck, we could gain naval superiority incredibly quickly here. If we are able to produce these submarines faster than he can get any force out, we may be able to take this advantage straight from the start of the game. He only has the ability at the moment to produce subs here and here, or any naval unit here and here. And if we can block these two ports, then we control the seas for the time being, and then we can expand our fleet without having to worry, while he won't be able to build anything in the first place. So that's part one of the plan coming together. Once these are upgraded and they have both got their barracks, I will then begin upgrading the industrial centers themselves to the next level. And then we'll speed up that process even more. So as you can see, that's coming to the end. Finished. Don't just hang around and say finished. Like, you can't be finished and then just say you. Anyway, you get the idea. Any second now, that's going to be finished. Like now. Maybe that one. Okay, that one's still a few seconds off. And we wait. Keep on waiting. Close it, maybe. Open it again, click it, refresh the page. Looks like we're going to refresh the page. Can't be bothered waiting. yeah, so if we come into there, it's all done. About time. As you can see, we took nearly 5 hours off, which isn't quite... 6 to 6, right, so 6 goes into 24, 4 times, right? I'm not stupid, eh? That is right. But yet, this reduces the time it takes by 25%. Nah, I don't know. Maybe bad maths on my part. No, I don't think it is. Oh well. Anyway, doesn't matter. Just build the goddamn industrial complex and just move on. There we go. So also, since the last time you guys were here, I splurged out and decided I'd buy some rare material, and then hopefully I can upgrade and build another industrial complex rather soon. So the reason I want to build so many industrial complexes is to increase resource production, and so that after I've increased resource production, I can then go on and obviously use that as an extra place to produce units. At the moment, France and I have the exact same industrial power and the same ability to produce troops. And if I am able to build 2 more industrial centers, that gives me a massive advantage over him. So this will probably be the last part of this day, part of day 1. But I just thought it would be worth showing that update on how I plan to produce these submarines relatively quickly. So I'll see you next time. But until then, have a nice day, I guess.